Me. No. Me. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, motherfucker.
I said,
You were looking.
are you ready?
Let's get ready to suck it. No. Welcome back to the Casting Call cEDH podcast. I'm Blake.
And I'm Chase, and today we are covering the Mulligan's 5K cEDH tournament that happened this past weekend. So,
before we get into this event,
oh my God.
Talk about the event. We both started going at the same time.
So, I believe that this was a 102 player event in Warminster, Pennsylvania. Okay, that's pretty cool.
He says, I believe, as he looks at the exact number of players.
I had to, because fuck it, this is how we operate this channel, by not being prepared for anything. But yeah, this was a 102 player event in Pennsylvania this past weekend. So this was the largest event that occurred over the course of the weekend. And we were just kind of looking over this coverage by Commander and Coffee.
That just sounds good.
Yeah, that makes for a good day.
Hell yeah.
And I guess this is at Mulligan Games. I'm assuming that's the place it's at. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So now you were about to start saying something. So what were you about to say?
Oh, yeah. I was going to do the housekeeping stuff of if you like the channel, which you probably don't, but if you do, you should like and subscribe because it's free and it helps us out. So go down there, hit the subscribe button, and then click the like button. And then if you want to comment, feel free to do that. Other free thing, you can join our Discord. That's if you have Discord and you like to be in Discords and you want to join ours, then do that. If not, still do it. You should. No. But and then the other thing is that if you play cEDH and you're broke as fuck like me, you should probably invest in some good proxies so that you can go play in events. And we have an affiliate link with Man of All Proxies. So you should click that affiliate link and use it the next time that you get a deck and use our coupon code to save you some money. CCC. What does that look like, Chase? Thank you, because the last time I did it backwards. Also, Chase was awesome enough to make a Kentucky Discord, so if you're a native Kentuckian, join the Kentucky Discord as well.
Last week on the podcast when we did a tournament breakdown, Blake made a comment about how he feels like he doesn't contribute to any of these. So this is his contribution tonight to the video, is all the housekeeping reminders that we always talk about in every episode that we do ever. So
that's so not true. We just finally made a template to start remembering that shit. We get halfway through an episode and we're like, oh yeah, like, subscribe. Okay, continue.
Hey, we just got to throw it in there every so often. You know, hit the people with it.
The people subscribe button.
Yeah. Is that me?
What?
I don't. What's okay? Never mind. Let's just get into this top 16.
The channel is falling apart. It's because you're not subscribed.
It falls apart every single fucking week. So it's all good. It's all good. It's nothing that they are not used to by now. Are you ready to do this?
I've been ready.
Okay, let's do this. In 16th place, we have Niall Kelly on Halana Timna. I think we've covered this list a couple times.
We have.
Now.
Yep. I was about to say the exact same thing. Sorry, I'm tangled up.
Oh my.
I'm drowning. Just stand up.
Would you like to explain? Because I think you've looked at this list a couple times as far as like most of the lines, or I don't know if you've been interested in it or not. Ooh, something I just saw. So I guess for those of you kind of watching, I'm seeing this in real time. It looks like on Top Deck, whenever we kind of go through and scroll, if there's any new cards, they're going to be blacked out like this. So it looks as though they are on the captain version, which is kind of cool. At least they're on some of the new cards. I mean, probably the most anticipated creature that got spoiled.
It's like green smothering tide.
Green smothered tide. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, if Blake isn't going to go through and explain things, I'll kind of do my best because I'm not really used to looking at this deck. But for the most part, if we're looking at Abzan, kind of these sack outlets through like Carrion Feeder, Viscera Seer, the Warren Soul Trader. It looks like we're on Protean Hulk, and Protean Hulk, for the most part, is something to assemble not just a sack outlet, but Cauldron Familiar and Samwise Gamgee. If you're not really familiar with that line, you can sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar or whenever it enters, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. You could sacrifice a food. Cauldron Familiar returns from the graveyard to the battlefield. You sack it through the Viscera Seer or the Carrion Feeder, and then Samwise Gamgee, whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you create a food. So whenever it enters, it'll drain. Samwise will see all like the other 2 creatures enter it at the same time, so he'll make a food. He'll sack the Cauldron Familiar to one of those sack outlets, and then you'll basically have it come back to the battlefield. Samwise will see it again. So you will create this loop of making foods and draining the table out, which is kind of cool. And then it looks like I see the Witherbloom Apprentice, so I'm assuming we're also on Chain of Smog for this as well. I have not seen it there. There is the Chain of Smog right there. We are on Academy Rector as well. I don't necessarily remember what we go and get with the Academy Rector, though.
Looks like they're on the Survival, Necromancy, and then Pattern of Rebirth.
Okay.
Which pattern is like really good. Because you just, it comes in, enchanted to a creature, sack that creature, immediately go find your Protean Hulk, sack the Hulk, go find all the pieces that you need.
Fair enough. Yep. And I think that, and I could be wrong in this, but I think the last time we covered this deck, I think people may have said something about like Golem being a combo piece within it too, but I just don't remember it off the top of my head. Other creatures that are notable, like Forsaken Miner is another one that I think is kind of notable within the list because that typically is a combo piece with things like the Warren Soul Trader. I'm not seeing anything like a Chatterfang to help with that. Just seeing if there's any other like creature combo-y stuff. I'm sure there is, and I'm missing it. So let us know in the comments down below what that would be.
I just think it's crazy. Dude, you may honestly, if you could land an early Cabbage Merchant, you may honestly be able to do the combo without even needing Samwise.
You think so?
You just get so many damn foods from people comboing and like casting spells and stuff, and then you just have a sack outlet in the Cauldron Familiar, and you're like, I'm just going to do some shit.
Well, I mean, eventually you're going to run out of cabbages.
You will.
So Samwise replenishes the cabbages.
I know, but I'm saying you may honestly, if you could land an early Cabbage Merchant and people just aren't respecting it, you may honestly be able to get there after people have potentially like taken some Timna attack damage and like other shit.
Also, I just thought about this. If it's the Warren Soul Trader, the Vengeful Blood Witch, and the Forsaken Miner, having that as like our Blood Artist type effect. So that's probably what that is. So that's cool. Looking at the sorceries, we already talked about Chain Smog being more of a combo piece with the Witherbloom Apprentice, but we are on, looks like as many tutors as we can. Pretty much all the black tutors, at least the good ones. Most of the green ones, Green Sun, Finale, Natures, Eldritch, Natural Order. We're on Culling Ritual, which is really good. Things that put things directly into the graveyard. And then we have like some Reanimate type effects, right? Yep, Reanimate. And we have the Animate Dead in the enchantment package. We're in Abzan colors, so we're kind of limited on what we can do as far as interaction goes. But I mean, there is some spot removal with the Swords to Plowshare, their Abrupt Decay, and the Assassin's Trophy, and some added protection with like the Veil of Summer and Legolas's Quick Reflexes if you're able to kind of save some of your pieces that way too. Looking at artifact, minimal on artifacts. This is a more creature-based synergy deck, so kind of makes sense. And then we're on 28 lands.
I think that checks out, especially if you're on less artifacts.
Yeah. Phyrexian Tower, being able to utilize that as a sack outlet as well if we need to, especially if like we resolve an early Protean Hulk and then are able to sack it just with that and then go get whatever pieces you need. Seems good. So, and they are on Starting Town, your favorite card.
Twash.
So, you have anything else on this list?
No, I think it looks really good.
Congratulations, Style, on 16th place. All right, in 15th place, we have Malcolm Beckford on Sisay, Weatherlight Captain. So we've covered Malcolm's list before. He plays a very interesting take on Sisay. He was the one that
Secret Commander Knuckles.
Secret Commander Knuckles, which he corrected me in saying that Knuckles is not the win con on this. But kind of looking at this very quickly, I believe that he actually plays more of kind of this hybrid-esque build of Sisay, or more of a Oathless line, where he's including notable walkers that Teferi's are silence effect. Tyvar is a haste enable. Saheeli, you can kind of reset some of your lines by copying something like a Bloom Tender or a Fabral Elder if it's in here.
Explain to me how the hell we have Gran showing up. We got Wan Xing Tong. We got the Toph hard-headed teacher. We got all these new arts showing up, but we can't get the damn Cabbage Merchant, the card that's probably going to be played the most.
Top deck hates cabbages.
That's
all that it is.
Cabbages.
That's all that it is. No. So, but yeah, more minimal on the Walker package. I don't even think he is on Oath of Teferi. Let me look down here. No, he's not on Oath of Teferi. And it makes sense. I mean, if you're not on Aminatou, Nicol Bolas, there's no sense in playing that card.
I really like Gran. Did you read that?
Yes. Yeah. So you want to read it for us?
Yeah. Whenever Gran becomes tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Non-creature spells you cast cause one less to cast as long as there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. I don't even think that part matters. It's just 1 blue. But brother, that's actually really dope.
Yeah.
With Derevia Meal type of shenanigans and stuff like that. That's sick. This is a draw your deck out.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely do that with this card. I think if anything, I don't know, and I could be wrong. He's kind of more utilizing it as a piece just to in the early game get a 1-drop legendary out and then start trying it, and probably have to utilize it with things like the Enduring Vitality. If it's in here, is he on Enduring Vitality? I don't see Enduring Vitality, but
it's because he's on the Badger Mole.
But I mean, you can enable it with things like Relic of Legends and Asika. So being able to kind of turn Gran into a dork through that, being able to produce a mana and draw a card at the same time.
This is sick.
That's pretty cool.
I just plus it's a 1-drop legend.
Yeah. I know
this is dope. I mean, hell, bro, this is okay. Not to derail this, because I know you're the resident Sisay,
you've derailed it.
No, but even Wan Xing Tong, being a, essentially a legendary arc of it. I like the fact that this list is just finding ways to take cards that are generically really good cards, and just now there are legends that are slowly replacing those generically good cards, and you're able to throw them into Sisay, and it adds even more synergies. That's just fucking dope. I really like this.
Yeah.
I like this list. I know it's different. I know it's very different.
It's a very different list, but he
really
continues to perform very well on it. He's and he's played almost Sisay as a Treasure Storm deck too, and things like that. So he's cooking with a lot of unique things.
Plus he's still on his secret win con.
I mean, I guess he went heavier into it. He's on Cavern Horde Dragon.
Yeah, he can lie and say that Knuckles. He just doesn't want people removing the Knuckles, but that's the win con. Malcolm, if I see you in an event, I'm calling you. It's a Secret Commander Knuckles.
Oh my god. Yeah, the main line he is probably gonna go through with this. It's actually going to be something like the Derevia Mill stuff. I think that's an auto include in pretty much every Sisay deck, regardless if you're on the Chowder builds or whatever. He has all here to kind of back that up. Bloom Tender. He's on Asika, but not on Marvin or Iorith, which I think is perfectly fine. You just enable these other legendaries and turn them into dorks by getting a tutorable card that can turn them into dorks. Seems really good. Most Sisei pilots are very keen on Spider-Woman at the moment, which is really strong. One of the bigger lines is like the Chatterfang Warren Soul Trader within this. Now, typically, in seeing that combo, I've seen it with things like Campbell and like maybe there's a few other pieces. I'm trying to think of what our big thing that we would want to be sacrificing here is. Well, I mean, aside from the tokens that are made from it, but I guess that's really the only thing it needs. Like I'm guessing that through Knuckles, Cavern Horde, Taru, Lotho, things like that, you're going to be making enough treasures anyway that it's just really easy to assemble that line.
Brother.
What?
He don't even care. He's just going to sack. He's going to pay 30 life, sack a bunch of squirrels to make 30 treasures, and then win with Knuckles.
And then win with Knuckles?
Yeah.
No. He's not. I know. He's not really winning with Knuckles.
He is.
Okay. I think if anything, I think that this line is popular enough within this. It's more of like, hey, we just start using our life total as a resource and then just put multiple Sisei activations on the stack and then go for like a Mount Doom kind of thing is probably what it's actually going for.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that.
You could do that, but you could also just win with Knuckles.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Fair enough.
Just win with Knuckles.
See, and he's on Urtai. He's on Deadpool. I wonder if he's on Forbidden Orchard. He probably isn't. Surely he isn't. I don't know. Anyway, looking at the sorceries, Sisei always plays like super limited sorceries anyway. So Imp Seal, Nature's Rhythm seems pretty good. We're also seeing, this is Redirect Lightning, so it's 2 cards out of the set that are
the more
not showing
popular
up.
ones.
Yeah, the more popular ones, I guess.
What the fuck, Top Deck?
So
get your shit together.
But I mean, it looks like here too, he's playing a lot more interactive than most Sisei decks do. And I like that because that's kind of how I play my deck as well. Suspend. This is an interesting card. Exile target creature and put 2 time counters on it. If it does have suspend, or if it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Huh.
Hell yeah.
So just being able to like instantly remove an opposition agent just that way seems pretty good.
Oh.
Looking at the artifacts. Hey, this was talked about today on That's a Good Card.
Yeah.
He's on Dampening Sphere. So some light stacks pieces that are not necessarily going to punish Sisei through things like the Dampening Sphere, the Spider Woman. We didn't talk about this in the set review for this week, but my Scornful Striker is really, really good. Being able to kind of toolbox that out whenever someone's trying to go off and then be like, you're trying to Underworld Breach here. Let me put my out. Let's, or you're trying to Adnaz here in response. I'm going to put this out, and now you're really going to have to think about if you want your life total to get hit so hard. So I think that's a really good card as well. And then enchantment-wise, Fish, Rhystic, Touch, which I think is a really good card, Smothering Tithe. So he's doing something I've almost kind of been debating in most of my decks, and including City of Traders.
It's so good.
Yeah. I'm thinking especially since I'm a little bit higher on my artifact count than some Sisei pilots, I think I'm going to try City of Traders in the 99. There's another land I was thinking about here recently too, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. That's for a different day. But yeah.
Was it Tarnished?
No, I run Tarnished in mine.
I figured you did, but yeah.
So anyway, congratulations, Malcolm, on 15th place. In 14th place, we have Lord Imagination on Mizzix of the Is Magnus. Yeah, sure. Is it bad that whenever I saw Lord Imagination, like my first thought was Imagine, like from South Park?
I was thinking SpongeBob.
Oh, you're thinking that? Well, yeah, there's the imagination there, and then I thought the Imagination Land episodes of South Park.
I keep wanting to turn and look at you and
You
talk,
can.
but I keep forgetting to take the mic with me. So I have to, it's like a whole body.
I duct taped it to my mouth.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's how I get
y'all
the
told
memes.
us to, so we are doing that. But anyway, so we have a very different Is It deck. That I don't think we've seen this pop up yet in any video that we've done so far. So what is this commander trying to do? I remember when it first came out, but
Yeah, just cast big mana payoff spells, and each one you cast, if the mana was greater than the number of experience counters you get, you gain an experience counter. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cause one generic less for each experience counter you have. So if you can cast small spells, you get experience counters. And then if you get more, like cast bigger and bigger spells, you get more experience counters. So this is just kind of like Goblin Row.
Goblin Row.
Goblin Row.
Well, I don't think this would just truly be a deck if it were for the fact that it's including Katara, Waterbending Master, which you talked about on Monday.
Card's good.
Episode. It's a good card, but it also gives you experience counters.
Would I put that shit? No, probably not. Never. Well,
What?
would I play that in Zur?
Do you have a need for experience counters? Or are you just literally doing it for the card draw?
The draw.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you're already playing a deck that has to base around attack triggers anyway, so I mean, you could.
I might test that.
But
For some reason, that just hit me. I was like, sorry, not to take away from the Mizzix deck. This deck is very interesting.
yeah, but having another way in the 99 to get more experience counters, that seems pretty cool. We are on Treasonous Ogres, Stormkilling Artist. We've seen some combos starting to pop up recently with Stormkilling Artist, usually with the Haze of Rage, just to make like infinite treasures and things like that. So it makes me wonder if they have this included in here. Bergie, yeah, I mean, kind of a low creature package, but that's what we're used to seeing in Nissan colors. Let's look at our sorceries. Kind of high on the sorcery count. Not seeing the haze. I mean, definitely have the gamble there, so we're probably on something breach-wise. We have through the Seagate Restoration, the Will of Jeskai. Is he running like... It almost looks like they're running like two self-wills in a way.
I think that's smart.
Which is kind of neat. A lot of card draw type effects. Huh.
Oh.
What you doing over there, buddy?
I was just curious. I went to the original deck on Moxfield
Yeah.
because I wanted to see if they had made any changes, and it did not look like they made any changes. But it did say last updated like 2 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking, they made some changes, and then when I compared the decks, exact same deck.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, this so we're definitely just like in Is It spell slinging type things, being able to cast big spells for reduced cost. I know a combo right away that I'm looking at now. They do have Reiterate included in this, so usually Reiterate and Jessica's Will. Let me reiterate that. Is a combo where you can literally exile your entire library if you have your commander out. And, well, actually, even without your commander out, but you can generate infinite red mana and exile your entire library through Jessica's Will.
Yeah.
And so you have access to pretty much everything that you want.
Yeah, Fury Storm is another card that's notorious for doing that because you can create a copy of Fury Storm, which then when it resolves creates a copy of Fury Storm, which then creates infinite Fury Storms.
Yeah.
So if you do that with something like a Storm Killing Out, you'll just make infinite mana because you're copying a spell over and over and over and over and over and make infinite treasures. Yep.
Seems good. I don't know what else to say other than that. I would like whoever is out there that knows more of what this deck is trying to do, or the person that placed with this deck is out there listening to us right now. Comment down below, how'd you win? Like how do we get there with this deck? Because I could see some of the pieces, and we're just like storming off and seeing a bunch of cards and things like that. And we definitely have just like Underworld Breach and Brain Freeze and things like that. But I'm curious if there's any other lines that we are potentially missing in this. Outside of that, the land package, I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty simplistic, I feel like. what it's trying to go for. Nothing too crazy in that. And yeah, it's like we've kind of been saying these past couple of weeks. We're starting to see these Is It decks kind of pop up more and more in this meta.
I agree.
You got anything else?
No, nothing that I can see. Like I said, I was just kind of browsing to see if I noticed anything that's like the definitive finisher in the deck. But I kind of agree with you. I think it's probably just, the thing you said. The brain freeze, breach,
Probably.
stuff.
So, anyway, congratulations on 14th place. In 13th place, we have Jake McMillan on Ral, Monsoon Mage. So another Is It deck. Just one that we've seen a lot more these past few months and that we have become a little bit more familiar with. Mm-hmm. So, still seeing a lot of the some of the more recent includes of like the Electro, kind of doubling down on the Bergie type effects. They're on Treasonous Ogre. Again, with Ral, we see this very low creature package, very high sorcery and instant speed stuff. They are on bonus round, which we have kind of seen people kind of come off of at times and not be playing it, but I think a lot of pilots are still on that card.
Yeah, I think most people have stuck with that card. I think one of the biggest people that like are not on it currently. Pigeon. Yeah. Yeah. But other than that, I think most people are. It does look like they're on, where the heck was it? The Mind's Desire, as like just being able to storm large enough, like get a big enough storm count to where you can just cast the stuff, just exile the stuff from your deck. Do we see the Witch's Mark in here? Do you see it?
I do not see the Witch's Mark.
I kind of cheated and went down a little bit farther.
How much did you cheat?
I went to the instance.
So you want to just say what's in the deck?
They're on the prologue and Radstorm version.
You dirty fucking cheater. No. So, yeah. So that is kind of the other way that the Ral decks can win. Of course, they're on Lava Dart. Are they on Lightning Bolt?
Oh shit. I didn't cheat too much, but if you keep going down, there's some spicy shit.
Oh my god, he cheated a lot.
Well, I just cheated.
It's like when you played Rogsai.
Keep going.
Anyway,
keep going.
So gut shot Lava Dart, be able to like either probably ping your opponents or actually just kill the Ral whenever he flips. But this is mostly on the prologue to Phyresis to give your opponents poison counters, and then you just kind of do Radstorm to proliferate all the counters. Let's see what Blake found. Is that it? No Ristic Study?
No Ristic.
We've seen that before.
No, we have not.
We
have not seen a
You're such fucking denial.
We have not seen a Ral not on Ristic.
We have.
No.
Go back and check it.
You're lying.
I'm not. We have seen Ral not on Ristic. You maybe did when you did your solo. That just means you didn't watch it whenever I did solo.
I did.
Not. So, but
tune in for me.
I believe it.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, it's Ral, but it is the prologue version of it. We have covered a list before where they were not on Ristic Study. Blake is fucking tweaking right now.
He's lying.
I'm not. But anyway, Ral's doing Ral things and continues to perform very well in the format right now, and it's still a deck that I think people just don't know when to appropriately interact with it and respect it at times, but it has become one that people need to have on their radar at all times when they go into events. So you have anything else for this Ral list?
No.
So congratulations on 13th place. In 12th place, we have Natalie Detman on Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Neither one of us have played Magda, and neither one of us know what the deck does, so we're just going to skip it.
Haha.
No.
It make treasure.
It make treasure do thing.
Make treasure, make count to 5, win.
Yes.
Pray that there'd be no obium.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. I think I agree with everything that Blake just said. But yeah, my understanding of Magda, okay, And maybe I'm going to have to pick up Magda and actually learn how to play it. So that way I can actually explain it for videos like this. You have a bunch of dorks being able to... I know, I've already seen them. Don't get too far ahead of me. I just scrolled down a little bit. Shit. Anyway, you have a bunch of dwarfs to be able to trigger Magda whenever they become tapped. You get treasures, and then you pay treasures into Magda's ability to kind of start tutoring out for whatever you want, whether it's an artifact or a dragon, both of which are relevant in this. So from what I can kind of gather, they're obviously on as many dwarfs as they possibly can be. They are on Dualcaster Mage, so I don't think we're used to seeing a Dualcaster line inside of Magda. That would be kind of interesting, but I guess it could be there. We are on Knuckles the Echidna, which kind of makes sense because you could just make a shit ton of treasures, and you can technically win that way. I just think it's another way of making more treasures. But I think eventually you make enough treasures where you can actually go and tutor out this Realm Scorcher Hellkite and eventually start paying into that last ability where you pay 2 and then it deals 1 damage to any target. So that way you can actually just shoot the table that way after making infinite treasures. It's just the way of getting there that always confuses me. Obviously, you have the things that tap, and you make infinite that way.
Yeah, I think it's, what is it, Clock of Omens? You can tap 2 artifacts.
Oh, so they are on Molten Duplication and Heat Shimmer, so they have access to Dualcaster lines. Let's kind of go down here in the artifacts, because that is the more important part of this, is just like what artifacts they are on. Yeah,
you tap 2 untapped artifacts you control to untap target artifact. I think you can tap one of the artifacts that you tap, you can tap to untap, correct?
I know that there was a way that, like, what they used to do is, like, eventually they make, like, infinite tapped treasures and then are, like, able to, like, start untapping them somehow. Well, I don't know.
You don't need to make them untapped in order to do the Magda ability, but, like, yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure Clock of Omens, like, if you can tap down the treasure, like, if you have a treasure to tap down, and then you have, like, say, Universal Automaton or some other artifact dwarf, a way to make it, you tap those 2 down, untap the artifact dwarf, so it'll untap. When it gets tapped to the ability, Magda makes another treasure, and then that dwarf is the one that becomes untapped. You tap both of those, it makes another treasure. So you're not making mana, technically, you just have a bunch of tapped treasures. You sack those treasures until you can go find a doubler, like something like the... oh my God, the Roaming Throne and stuff like that. And then at that point, you can double up the Magda trigger to make treasures. Yeah. So at that point, now you're you're making a treasure and an untapped treasure every single time. Do that until you have infinite mana. Then you can start sacking to put all your stacks pieces to be super safe, or put down like the Realm Scorcher, like we were saying, and then you're able to make the infinite mana and just pay into it.
Notably, they aren't on the stacks pieces that we're used to seeing.
What, like God Pharaohs?
Like, they are on God Pharaohs, but I think that's pretty much the only one. Portal and Spine are more so just like removal of specific pieces. But like, we've seen some lists of running like Cursed Totem and, well, no, not Cursed Totem. I don't know. Like, there's been some like Staxier builds of Magda that we've seen.
Yeah, the ones that are on like Dampening Sphere and other stuff like that.
Yeah, like. This one is
this one on like
not
the GTED thing, whatever the fuck it is.
What?
It's not. I don't think
the GTED.
GTED, yeah. It's something. It's the one that you can sack I think you can sack a permanent and like shuffle it back into your, or you put it on the bottom of your deck, or you shuffle it back into your deck, something like that. I don't remember. Spine of something GTED. I don't fucking know. Oh, something Stylus, GTED Stylus, or something like that. You know what the fuck I'm talking about?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to even look into it. You can, though. Would you like to?
I don't fucking know if that's even... That's probably not even spelled right.
The people are waiting. They need an answer.
I'm looking. It's not even the fucking card. This fucking deck sucks.
Oh my God.
I fucking hate Magda because it confuses me.
Or too simple to play Magda is what I'm hearing. And I think that statement is pretty accurate, honestly. So before Blake has an aneurysm, I'm going to just say, "Oh my god,
I found it." Oh, not even GTA. Tell Gillette status. Whatever the fuck, dude. That's what I'm saying. This deck plays cards that are bullshit. And tap, put target permanent you own on the bottom of your library.
Oh my god. Whatever.
I tried.
I bet if anything, that's something to loop the spine.
It's
at times.
that or probably
Portal.
The portal.
Yeah. So, but I don't think they are on this card. So thank you for wasting that time. I appreciate you. Anyway, just because we talk shit about the deck doesn't mean we talk shit about the pilot. So congratulations, Natalie, on 12th place. In 11th place, we have Justin. I'm going to say Buck off. On Kennen, Bonder Prodigy. So we all know what Kennen's trying to do. Let's just see what version of Kennen we are on. It looks like they have already included the Wan Shi Tong. And I bet the blacked out card is the Cabbage Merchant. You want to bet? Yep.
I'll bet.
It's not fair. You cheated first. So yeah, they are on the Cabbage Merchant. They're also on the Unagi of Kyoshi Island, which is kind of cool. That is whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. So it's almost like a mini Consphinx effect, which I think is kind of neat.
I was thinking it was like a miniature, well, not miniature. It's like a big ass fairy mastermind.
A slightly bigger Crom.
Why would it be a Crom?
I know.
It's when they draw.
Hey, it's okay. I'm just fucking with you, dude. Calm down. Anyway, so it looks like we have, 3 new cards already? Wan Shi Tong, Cabbage Merchant, Unagi. And so they're kind of playing this list that's almost similar to, notepad cards, but they're also including things like the Colossal Sky Turtle, which a lot of people, used to be on in Kennen, but not as much. So maybe this is actually more of, just the big flips style is kind of what I'm gathering from this. Sorcery wise, we're on the Green Tutors, Transmute, Hidden Strings, which I think Waffle was the first one to actually really start putting Hidden Strings into Kennen, and now all Kennen pilots seem to be picking it up. What? You look confused.
No, I'm not confused. It's just very good.
Yeah, so
I'm just experimenting. Right now I'm thinking about my deck while talking about other decks.
Well, don't think too hard. Anyway.
They're going to see a murder tonight.
They are. It's going to be me. Anyway, yeah. Not super interactive, but what we're used to seeing in the interaction package, just basically a little bit of spot removal, mostly counter magic, things like that. Artifact wise, nothing truly new, I feel like, except for that Trinisphere. That's interesting. We don't see that a lot in Kennen decks. So
I think Kennen's able to make the mana, so I mean, hell.
Well,
just outpace everybody.
I think so. Even though, even look at the enchantment package, they're on Copy Enchantment and Mirror Maid. I feel like I see the Trinisphere, and that makes me go, yeah, they're probably going more into the big flip plan than they are actually just trying to focus on the 99, the no bad cards list. But they have a lot of no bad card-esque stuff in it too. So I don't know. It's definitely a kind of this interesting in the middle build is what I kind of view it as. And
I do think it is very good.
Yeah, Kennen's still doing really well. It's just if it gets stuck in a very turbo heavy pod, it can be, especially if it's the only blue deck at the table and it's having to police everything. Kennen most of the time is just not designed that way, so it just makes it difficult. But either way, congratulations, Justin, on 11th place. In 10th place, we have Justin Casey. Just in case. On Rog Timna. So we've seen a ton of Mardu popping up over the past couple months. Kellen, Sylvie, so on. Dardu's doing Dardu things, but this is not Dardu. This is Rog time. which plays some similar pieces, but not what we're used to seeing.
This list feels exactly like a Dargotimna. Just from the creatures that I'm looking at, it feels exactly like Dargotimna minus Technomancer Deadpool.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely kind of cool. Like, I guess I'm just trying to think of what they're really trying to do.
Well, everything in the creature package so far just feels like value.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the win cons are probably Knuckles and then further down.
It can do that. I'm seeing the Goblin Welder and the Engineer, so that kind of, I feel like they're probably on something like Bolus's Citadel. Mm-hmm. If they have Tataru and Magda, I'm kind of inclined to believe that if they might actually even be on Relic of Legends as well.
Probably.
Just to like tap them down, make more treasures, and kind of turn both of them into dorks that, again, are going to make treasures. We're on Dualcaster Mage, so I'm assuming Dualcaster Lines, obviously. All the different silence effects with the exception of the Flame Scroll Celebrant. Let's see, what else we got? In sorceries, there's the Molten Duplication for the Dualcaster Mage. Trash for Treasure. Being able to return an artifact from your graveyard to play. So maybe even if they are on Bolus's Citadel lines, which we will see here in a second, if they have a way of putting it directly into the graveyard and then being able to do this if they don't have the Goblin Welder or the Engineer out, that's kind of cool. We're seeing will effect. I mean, typical like Rogsai-esque pieces. Even in the instances, we're seeing like things like the Calling the Weak. There's Entomb to get whatever piece you actually need in there. Rain of Filth. Yeah. So, I mean, we're seeing this like very Mardu, like more trying to be more turbo-esque, like Breach deck is what I kind of feel like it's about to be. Especially since like the Stitcher supplier is there in the 99 and can kind of utilize that as like your brain freeze to some extent if they're not on Grinding Station. So let's see, what else we got here? Adnaz, no Peer into the Abyss. All right, the artifact package. What do we got? There it is. There's the Bolus's Citadel. There's the Aetherflux. There is the Sensei's Top. Cool.
Hell yeah.
You got anything else to say on that?
I mean, good for them, obviously, for doing well with the list. I'm just super confused as to why Roger over Dargo, but at the same time, like, good for you. This is a very interesting list.
I think it's just trying to go slightly faster.
I got you. No, I think that makes sense.
What
like,
I think it's trying to do.
Looking for that turn 1 to 2 push instead of Dargo's like potential turn 2, maybe mostly turn 3 push.
Yeah, I think in a deck where like obviously you're not playing blue, so you can't like you could be interactive to an extent, and having a 0-drop commander being able to like right away turn on like Mox Amber, Deadly Rollick, Flare Duplication, Deflecting SWAT. Is that? I don't even think that's in the list. Oh, there it is. It's just covered up. Like being able to like turn those things on right away. And then like even with like the Guild Artisan here in the 99, like turn 2, you drop this and you make 2 treasures to be able to just cast more stuff and just keep jamming. So definitely a neat list. Something that I've experimented with in the past, but just never have put together. But regardless, congratulations, Justin, on a 10th place finish. In 9th place, we have Paolo del Valle.
That's probably the most accurate way to say that.
You think so?
I think you nailed that. I don't know Spanish, but...
I don't know it either. But they are on Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow. We haven't seen Blake's favorite deck pop up in a while, so you want to take it away from here. Let us know what Yuriko is trying to do.
Congratulations, first and foremost, to the pilot. But I hate this fucking deck. Yeah, it's just creature go quick. Like put down creature that can't be blocked and then turn it sideways and put Yuriko into play. Deal damage.
Seems good.
Flip card. Are they on the big flip stuff? Oh. I respect this person so much more.
How come?
Because they are not on the silly dumb big flippy stuff. Like they're still on like Seagate and like Temporal Trespass and like some of the.
They're on like a ton of ninjas.
Yeah,
like this is a lot more ninja focused than what we're used to.
That's what I'm saying. I like this. Still, we're seeing Grand pop up again, which I like. So I think that's cool.
Grand and Zur now? Do you like it so much? I don't know how you would really use it in Zur, but
I may put it in like, what would I put this in? I don't know. Dude, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I watched Play to Win's video where they played Malcolm Timna.
yeah.
Fuck, I want to play Malcolm Timna so bad now. It was so interesting. I might throw that in. I might throw Grand in that list. But
So we're seeing
I think for the
we're seeing a much heavier like ninja focused.
yeah, I think they're really probably playing in more to like the mid range plan, like using Yuriko as an actual value engine to get more cards and see more cards.
I don't think we're in a mid range plan. I think that we are jamming creatures and trying to get as many Yuriko triggers as we can.
When have you seen a Dimir turbo deck? Like, this shit is not...
We have talked about this before. We have talked about it several times. Yuriko is not a Dimir deck. It is a Boros deck disguised in black and blue.
Well, that's fantastic.
That's what this deck is.
Yes, but it's not gonna go... It's not dropping a Nas turn one. Like, it's...
Right, but think of how many ninjas there are in this compared to what we are used to seeing. Like, if this gets going and then, like, all of a sudden Yuriko gets, like, 4 or 5 triggers because there's 4 or 5 ninjas on the
Yeah, that's
board.
not turbo. It's turbo ninja, not turbo in the
Yeah,
sense of
but
turbo
we're still
deck.
seeing things like Enter the Infinite, Temporal Trespass, Seagate Restoration. Like,
I'm
there's
just glad
still
they're not
some
on
bigger
Shadow
spells in
Mortality.
this.
As long as they're not on Shadow Mortality, I'm okay.
Contagion, Commandeer. Yeah, there's still on
but that's
bigger
just interaction.
But I think what they're trying to do though is rather than trying to flip into the big spells and like just like chance it, they're increasing their chances of being able to hit bigger spells more consistently by putting more ninjas into the deck. Like they're going heavier into the ninja plan so that way they could just like coincidentally flip into more of the bigger things without having to do all this extra shit to get there. They're just jamming ninjas, swinging.
Well, if you look at the description of the deck, it says, I don't know, dude. I just like ninjas. So I don't think it even has a plan besides ninja. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. But, you know, outside of that plan, typically you are still just going to see the Thassa's Demonic Consultation or Tenebot stuff. And that, I mean, that's in here. So, yeah. Cool.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Glad didn't have your favorite card in there, Shadow Mortality. But congratulations on 9th place. In 8th place, we have Elijah Montoya on Tevish Thrasios.
Hey.
So right away, we're on a Boral Breeze Collar, we're on Biomancer's Familiar, so we are on like a Sultai Turbo Cradle build of this. They are on Wan Shin Tong, and you want to bet if that's the Cabbage Merchant?
It's absolutely Cabbage Merchant.
It has to be, right? Bam. There it is. There it is. They're on the Cabbage Merchant. Yeah. I mean...
I think that this list is very interesting, man. Like, I like the inclusion of the Wan Shin Tong, like we were talking about, it being able to just be value if you just want it to be like incremental value, or also being an additional outlet. Like if you already have the infinite mana and you're just going to do Thrasios stuff, you could just Wan Shin Tong and like draw your deck.
Yeah.
I think that this is very interesting. I love
Badger Mold. Badger Mold Cub.
I like the Sultai versions of the Thrasios decks because you still have access to Thoracle Consult.
Yeah, I think having access to that combo just like cleanly finishes out the game. And I mean, you could still do the Fairy Mastermind stuff and a Boral Breeze Collar to kind of get there and utilize Thrasios as the outlet for it. But I think it's just a lot cleaner whenever you go into black versus red or white, just because of Thassa's Demonic and Tainted Pact. Like the other like Cradle farm strategies, with the exception of like TNT, like you could potentially put Thassa's in there, but really, why would you?
Yeah,
is kind of how I feel about that. Plus, you have access to all the good tutors in the format, so it just kind of, I don't know, it just opens up so many more possibilities. They are notably not on like all the green creature tutors. They're not on Nature's Rhythm.
They're also notably not on Finale.
They're also not notably on Finale, which is interesting. But they are super interactive, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the highest instant count we've seen in a while on like something that's almost like a Rog Thras in a way.
Yeah. Well, I think that, again, being able to have having access to black adds a ton of consistency. I think that that's where a lot of the cradle decks are just one of those. It's a deck that over time will just build value, and then you're just drawing cards and drawing cards and drawing cards and drawing cards, and eventually you're going to find the pieces you need. I think that these decks are very consistent in the sense that, like, boom, you can find the piece that you're needing and you're good to go. I have heard a lot of people say that the biggest issue they have on something like TNT is just making sure they hit all of the pips needed.
Yeah.
A list like this, I feel like, fixes that problem, because if you look at a lot of the Rog lists, Rog Thras list, it's just using Rograk as free value.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like, almost none of the spells in the deck require you to actually have red pips, other than literally maybe like Breach and Gamble. And then everything else that's red is like free. And even then, a lot of people have. I've literally seen lists that have cut like Volcanic Island from the list, because they're just like, yeah, we just don't even need red. We're just going to literally play Simic Shell plus free red spells. And even some of them are cutting the Breach plan. So I think that this is like very interesting. It fixes, it narrows the colors down a little bit, so you can make sure that you're hitting the pips that you need. And then you just get to play a ton of interaction, play more into like clean win line, Thassa Consult. Right. Plus you have access to the Thrasios plan. And Tevesh is there as like, hey, I can make you creatures that's going to allow you to do more cradle stuff. I personally kind of like the Francisco version of this deck more.
I do too.
But I still think that this list is really badass.
Yep. That's cool. Land-wise, nothing too out of the ordinary for it either. So, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that the Turbo Cradle stuff has become a popular enough strategy that people are just trying to find more and more ways of trying to break it. But I think with where we're at now, it's a little bit too slow compared to where it was like towards the beginning of the year with the Rog Thras and things like that. People kind of see it coming a mile away, so it's a little bit more predictable. At least having black, you can kind of, it almost in a way kind of gives you a little bit more of that speed because of the tutors.
Yeah, it adds
creating the consistency there.
Yeah.
So I do like the Sultai variants of it a lot more than anything else, but that is a discussion for a different day, potentially. So anyway, congratulations, Elijah, on 8th place. In 7th place, we have Simic Queen on Kennen as well. So what do we got here for this Kennen list? Right away, what I'm kind of looking at, we got Walking Ballista, an Armored Scrap Gorger, Gilded Drake. Okay, there's some Wan Xin Tong. Okay, still doing like a Big Flips plan because we're on Hullbreaker and Tidespout here, and Wandering Archaic. Those are all pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I actually still like Walking Ballista in the 99, but that's also because I just really like Agatha's Soul Cauldron as a card. Being able to cast that for 0 and then eat it after generating like infinite mana, and Agatha's put a counter on something and just like shoot the table. I like it because it does allow an opportunity for like a potential instant speed win, especially if you're on something like War of Invention, where you can just like instant speed tutor out the Agathas, or if you have a flash enable and you can just put it on the battlefield that way. I do think that that's cool to see, but for the most part, it's traditional Kennen plans. Sorceries are interesting.
Did you notice that? I mean, you may have already said this, and I just wasn't paying any fucking attention because I was super focused on like just trying to see if they had changed the list up or anything like that. Did you mention they're not on Cabbage Merchant?
No.
They're not on Cabbage Merchant.
Well, I don't think all Kennen lists are going to be on it. I'll be honest with you.
I think if you're in green, you should be on it.
No, I agree with that take. I just don't think all Kennen lists are going to be
fair
on it. Same things we talked about on Monday. Like you can't really flip into it with Kennen.
Which makes a ton of sense.
You're not like it would be different if the foods themselves tap for mana, but because it's an activated ability of the merchant itself, like, yes, you could still get a fuck ton of mana off of it, but I don't know. I think I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a card that's hit or miss. I will probably run it in my Kennen build just because it's a really good card. But I think that if we're going into like the flips plan with some of these bigger things, they don't want to miss. They don't want to whiff on a flip because like a human's there in the pile. So I don't know. I can see that as a thing too.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, the description says if you ain't spinning, you ain't winning.
Yeah. So, looking at the sorceries, before we kind of talked about that, they're actually like a higher count on the like tutor for artifact stuff, which is kind of neat. And I don't even think they're on all the green creature tutors, which we're not really used to seeing. Well, I think we've been used to seeing all of them, right? Maybe Eldritch in there, or maybe it's just those three. The Time Twister is the thing that kind of throws me off. We don't see that at all usually in Kennen. But I mean, hey, to each their own. If they need to draw more cards, then go for it.
Get stopped, go again.
Yep, get stopped, go again. Being light on, well, actually being kind of interactive with Resculpt, I mean, the counter magic as well. Scour for Scrap, again, another artifact tutor in here that you could do at instant speed, which I feel like that one is a really strong tutor, so I'm glad more lists have kind of picked it up, and we got it this year from Edge of Eternities. Looking at the artifacts, there is the Agatha's Soul Cauldron, so they are still on that. Makes sense with the Walking Ballista. Artifacts, I mean, what we're used to seeing, things like combos with like Basalt and Mirage Mirror type things with the lands. In the enchantment package, we are on Freed from the Real and Penum's Aura.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that was going to be the case when I saw like the Armored Scrap Gorger and
the Bloom Tender. And yeah. So it makes sense. The only thing they're missing is like putting Zara in the 99 and then just swinging to go and get the Freed from the Rail or the
Not true. They're on Gilded Drake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how they do it. So
yeah, never mind, they're on Cord. Yep, they can do it.
Yeah. Now, I don't think most lists are on Inventor's Fair. I do think that is kind of a cool include because you could sack the Inventor's Fair and just go and get whatever artifact you need in that given moment. So I honestly think that's a really good inclusion for Kennen that we aren't used to seeing. So that's cool. Yeah, it's neat. It's a slightly different variant of Kennen than what we have been seeing recently. But I mean, Kennen is Kennen. It still puts up really good results. And regardless of the strategy you go into, like it's a solid deck. So congratulations, Simic Queen on 7th place. In 6th place, we have Matthew J. Robbins on another Sisay list.
Does this one win with Knuckles?
I don't think so. They are on most of the walkers. They're on Knuckles? Holy shit. Okay, so this is another spicy Sisay list. Okay, this is, from what I can tell, kind of the Oathless list because, again, we're not on the Aminatu and we're not on the Nicopolis, but we are still like playing pretty good walkers between the Saheeli, again, being able to utilize Saheeli to kind of reset things, Teferi being a silence effect, the other Teferi being able to like untap a bunch of things, Dahada. It makes me wonder if maybe they're on some kind of breach type thing as well because Dahada just can work very well with it. You okay over there?
Oh yeah, I'm crushing it. Yeah.
And then so looking at our creatures. Okay, this is.
I like that Tameo. That's cool.
Yeah. So again, maybe just trying to put more lower cost legendaries in here. They're on Magda. They're on Clark, Dean of Chaos. That's interesting.
The backside of Tameo is so good. Do you know what that is?
What?
When you ultimate it, you draw half your deck.
Oh, yeah. It seems lovely. So they are on the Cabbage Merchant. Peregrine Dynamo. This is a way of actually like just doubling down on Sisay activations as well. And that's kind of cool because it does have haste. So just being able, as soon as this comes in, if you have an activation and 1 extra mana, you can get 2 Sisay activations. Seems good. They are on Knuckles, like you pointed out. Obviously, Derevia Mill lines. They are on Jeggy, which is neat. You don't. I mean, you still see it from time to time, and it makes me wonder if they are kind of on the list that can like entomb the Jeggy and then Agatha's Soul Cauldron it, and then put the counter on Sisay and just get activations that way. Tanook. I have not seen this in a Sisay build, but I mean, being able to give your having an additional way of giving your creatures haste seems pretty good. So, like in this list in particular, they have Tanook, the Olivia, the Chainer, and the Tyvar to be able to give haste or pseudo haste. That's a lot, but I mean, sure, being able to go faster with all your dorks and things like that seems pretty solid. So what else? They're only on Green Suns, which I think that's okay. Looking at the instances, a little bit interactive, but again, Sisay traditionally is not a list that is super, super interactive. They're on Goryo's Vengeance in the 99. That's kind of cool. Return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to play. That creature gains haste. Remove it from the game at the end of turn. So, like, if anything goes to the graveyard, you just pay 2 at instant speed and put it back in. I didn't see an Entomb or anything like that for the Jeggy, but we'll keep going. Looking at the artifacts.
Wait, is the Goryo not the the Entomb? Sorry. I thought you said the Reanimate.
He wasn't listening to me.
I was.
He wasn't listening to me.
I don't listen.
He does not listen at all. Anyway, so looking at our artifacts, they are on Hidden Footblade, which is interesting. I know there's some Sisay pilots that are on that tech. I've not been one, so I don't know personally what it does. But
Did you mention this?
Target permanent becomes the color of your choice.
Colors.
Oh, so for 1 blue. Okay. So for what Blake is currently looking at, I didn't really look at. It's this prismatic lace. Target permanent becomes the color or colors of your choice. This effect lasts indefinitely. That's interesting. So being able to like have Sisay on board, and then like another legendary, like we'll use Tameo as an example because it's in there, and then this being able to turn Tameo into a Wooburg 1-drop, and then that instantly buffs Sisay to 5. That's pretty good.
Are you?
That's pretty good.
Are you gonna play that?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna play it. But
what the fuck?
I mean, you could.
I am.
Huh?
I would do it.
In your Sisay build?
Fuck yeah,
dude. Fucking do it, buddy. Anyway,
Sisay stacks.
So they are on Chromatic Orrery, which a lot of the Oathless list I've still seen play Chromatic Orrery at times. I don't think that's a bad call because it is another outlet. There is the Agatha Soul Cauldron. They are on Imposter Mech, which I think is actually really cool too in Sisay, because I think you just copy another legendary and then like you copy your opponent's commander or something and then do things. Enchantment wise, again, not on Oath of Teferi because they aren't on those lines, but they are on Survival of the Fittest, which is actually kind of cool for like a non-pod version of Sisay 2. And then finally in our lands, looks pretty standard. Got a few lands that can actually do things for like just the color fixing type stuff, and then Gaia's Cradle and Mount Doom being able to utilize those as combo pieces. Yeah. I always love seeing Sisay decks in top 16s because they almost are always different every time we see them. So, you okay over there? He's going through and just reading things.
We're good.
We're good. I have to double check with him because sometimes he just goes silent, stops talking, and whenever he stops talking, that means that there's something to be concerned about. And then I need to make sure he's listening and paying attention because that also happens when he stops. But anyway, congratulations, Matthew, on 6th place finish with Sisay. In 5th place, we have Michael Levine on Obnixilis Captive Kingpin. Not a list that we have seen pop up in quite some time, I feel like, especially like this close to the top 4, but it's pretty cool to see it place. So, yeah, we're on some interesting stuff. We got Knuckles there. That's kind of cool. A lot of the effects that whenever you cast something or do something, it's going to ping the table for one and get more Omnixless triggers and see more cards. We're on Walking Ballista, so I'm assuming we're also on Agatha's Soul Cauldron here, so that way we can just put Walking Ballista in a graveyard, eat it, put the counter on Omnixless, and then be able to just shoot the table that way. Probably things like the Goblin Engineer. I don't know if they're on Goblin Welder. No, I'm not saying that, but maybe Goblin Engineer as a way of directly putting the Agathas or the Walking Ballista directly into the graveyard. That's kind of cool. Let's see, some of the effects like the Scrawling Crawler and the Cataract Parasite to punish card draw, which is also really, really good in the format right now. So that's kind of cool to see here. They're on Gwynam. I just now noticed that. That's pretty sick. Hell yeah. I like that. That's dope. Looking at the sorceries, reanimate, gamble, underworld breach type shenanigans, molten duplicate. Are they on? Yep, they're on dual caster lines. So just double checking to make it sure. Yeah, seems really good there. I'm assuming this is redirect lightning. Yep, cool. Figured.
Why don't you show us top deck?
Being as interactive as Rakdos can potentially be. But we're also on Saw in Half for the dual caster combo as well, so that's neat. Yeah, I always have liked Omnixless. I think it's actually a really strong potential deck. I just think that the ban last year really fucked it. But I mean, it's cool to still see it place at times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is sick.
Oh, and it even got newer pieces like the Shadow of the God. I forgot about that being a card. Yeah. And I mean, it did get a kind of a boost with some more recent cards being put into the format, but still, like sometimes it just doesn't always get there because I feel like the 4-drop commanders just kind of struggle right now with where we're at, and they don't go as fast as something like a Ral or a Kennen or anything like that, but from time to time, they still grind out, and they're just trying to jam. And so it's cool to see Omnixless here. But anyway, congratulations, Michael, on 5th place. In 4th place, we have Khalil Martinez on Tivit, Seller of Secrets. So Blake went ahead and started looking at things. So Blake, what do we have here in Khalil's list?
I just love the inclusion of Containment Priest and Golbez. Like, I have found that the Esper decks are, because everything is just getting so fast, they are going even more like control heavy. And so I think that it's really interesting to see that. Obviously, like Tivit has access to the Teferi lines with it and Kitten. You have access to Thassa's Oracle. That's essentially going to be your win line. And then they are on, it looks like even more silence effects. The Grand Abolisher, the Voice of Victory, Myrel as an additional one, Ranger Captain, still running other good stack C pieces like the Opposition Agent, still on Dranith. One thing that I am very sad to not see in this list is the Washing Tongue, but I guess they just feel like they don't need it. We're seeing a lot of them. Obviously, like the Urza is like fantastic, just being able to turn all of your artifacts into mana.
Right.
Are you seeing something that I'm just not seeing? Obviously,
not necessarily in the creature based. I was looking ahead just a little bit at the sorceries.
Yeah,
they are on Show and Tell.
Funny.
They're on that Palm Roll tech.
Hell yes, dude. I think if you're on Show and Tell, you should be on Consphinx. But no,
that would be really funny though. Like Show and Tell, and put the time save directly into play and just win, or put a silence effect directly into play and just win, which is what you would probably do. Would be my guess.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I like that.
Put that Ranger Captain or Myrel down and just...
You're like, oh my gosh, how did this Grand Abolisher get into my hand?
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh. Okay, but
anyway.
And then, Deluge. I feel like if you're a control deck, you run a board wipe, and Deluge is just the Esper board wipe of choice.
Yep. Looking at the instances, they are on Strict Serenade.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of nice.
I think that you should be. At this point.
I think it's a very good card.
Thraben Charm is a card that I really like. I think that it's so interesting. I've seen it in like a lot of lists. Just being able to immediately say no graveyard for you.
Yeah.
But then also destroying enchantments so you can get rid of opponents' Ristic Studies or Breach or whatever. And then same thing, the damage to basically open it back up. Yeah, to open you up if like somebody does land their own Draenith. So I think that that's very good. What else was I seeing here? Oh, it's right above it. The counterspell, like actual
actual counterspell.
Yep, actual factual counterspell. Super interesting. But yeah,
Artifact wise, we're used to seeing just like 2 stacks pieces with the Cursed Totem and the Graph Diggers.
Yeah.
Time Sieve. We gotta be careful with the One Ring whenever we're doing Time Sieve stuff, but still seems fine. Enchantment wise, again, we're not necessarily going like fast.
Yeah.
In Tivit. So it's harder to kind of justify things like Necropotence and things like that at times. But
I literally think I'm Zur. I play Zur, and I even have cut Necro at points. I think that if you're an Esper, Turbo is not the way to go right now. So I definitely think that it's good. I think that's smart. Touch of Spurum's such a good card. Amphibian Downpour's also such a good card.
Hey, they are on Uthros as well. The Talarian Academy land.
It's okay. We can all be... No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow. I mean, this deck makes so many artifacts. It kind of makes sense to try and include it here.
Yeah.
Just see if it works, but I don't know if it works or not. But anyway, I still like Tivit. I haven't played Tivit, but I think I would enjoy playing Tivit if I played an Esper Control-y shell anyway. But
I think that you would like Marnius. Like
I've played Marnius.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. I think that you would like Marnius over something like Tivit.
You think so?
Yeah. Personally.
You're like, you like combos and things like that. Tivit has a lot more setup. So anyway, congratulations, Khalil, on 4th place. In 3rd place, we have Robert R. on Thrasios Vial Smasher. I gotta wait for him. He's not even on the same.
I'm on it.
Same list. He's looking at something different.
Where are you at? I'm washing Tong as the cabbage merchant.
So yeah. Inclusions of Washi Tong and Cabbage Merchant here, but it's kind of, this is a color combination that like should work, but doesn't work a lot of the times. I don't know why. I actually really like Sans White, but
it's exactly like I told you. The issue is just fixing mana, because I actually threw a Thras Vial list together that was Cradle Farm, like just going into the Oboro and like the other lines and stuff like that, finding ways to run like Biomancers and clone Biomancers, clone the Training Grounds, things like that. And geez Louise, dude, it's so hard to hit all the colors and the pips and stuff you need. It's so tough. So then all I did was dropped Vial and picked up Francisco, and it was so much more consistent. Just literally dropping one color.
That's crazy, because like this I love this color combination. Again, it's always lacking something. I feel like is whenever I've tried to play it. I almost had a build of it that I really liked, and then Dockside got banned, and I went fuck, and then I never touched the deck again. Yep. But we're looking at this list, so we're on some dorks. We're on some things to go a little bit faster, like the Tinder Wall, and
the deck is called Good Soup.
Good Soup. So I mean, we're doing Breach, we're doing Thassa's Oracle type things. Anyway, you should be able to turbo a little bit faster, being in like green and red. But again, that's kind of where I feel like it lacks at times. But I mean, it is a really good color pile. It just doesn't see a lot of play. So I don't know what it would take to bring it back up to speed compared to some of the other decks we're seeing. But yeah, looking at this, I mean, green creature tutors were a gamble, so we're on Breach type things. Same thing for the Wheel of Fortune. I didn't notice if they were on both. Yeah, they are on OBM. Looking at the instances here, again, trying to be like interactive and react to things on the spell. Were they on Born Upon the Wind? Yep, there it is. So possible just to try and do like Necro, Born Upon the Wind type shit. Adnaz, obviously. Artifact wise, I mean, I think they were on Kennen. Yeah, they were on Kennen up at the top. And then they're on the Basalt Monolith here, so they incorporated that combo as well. It makes sense if you have Thrasios in the command zone. Vexing Bauble, which I think a lot of people are starting to pick up more and more of here recently. Not a bad card to be on right now with the way things are going. So
I mean, it's a very good like I feel like you have, I don't want to, the Logan refers to them as like silver bullet stacks pieces, like things that hit certain decks. But I think if you look at what's really good right now in the meta, I think that your stuff like Craft Diggers is a great way to turn Blue Farm into basically like an Esper deck.
Yeah.
If you run Curse Totem, it's a good way to shut off the Thrasios and the Kinnan type decks. And then if you run Bauble, it's a good way to shut off the Atalis and the Rowls and the stuff like that. So you kind of have like these 3 different silver bullet artifact stacks pieces. So I think Bauble can be used as a way to stop your opponents from doing stuff or a way to protect your own stuff.
Right. No, I agree. And I mean, that's how Rockside runs it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I run it. I mean, there's been times where I've done that. Just slam it and be like, okay, I am now protected because everybody tapped out for their Ristic studies.
Yep. So enchantment-wise, typical enchantments that we would probably see in this with the Fish, Training Grounds, Breach, Necropotence, and Ristic Study. Feels like kind of a high-ish land count, but maybe not at 27. It'd probably be, I don't know. That seems a little bit high-ish to me. That might be like if I were building it, I'd probably go to like 26 or 25. But I know Robert also has a really good track record, so I'm not gonna like question that whatsoever.
I think I'd be on 27 plus sinking to stupor.
Probably, but I only talk about it because I'm just like I still like find myself from time to time going back to this list and going how would I actually want to build it. So that might be why I am like slightly nitpicky on those things. But I mean overall he's continued to do well throughout the year because we've covered him multiple times and continues to have multiple top 16 and honestly like top 4 and finishes and wins. Yeah. So congratulations on 3rd place here, Robert.
Big Bear.
In 2nd place, we have Kelsey Ricard on Stella Lee Wildcard. It rhymed. And they just used card twice. Ricard, Wildcard.
Boo.
I can't help it.
The deck is called Line Dancing with Wisps.
He's just so that way people understand why I look confused and why he interjects with like random things sometimes. It's because he's looking at box field. I'm just skipping it all on top deck. His ADHD is in like overdrive at the moment. It's like almost 8:30 at night. We're doing this shit right now, and he's like, "I'm fading away. You're losing my interest, Chase." So anyway, let's look at the Stella Lee list.
Just immediately looking at the creatures, I feel like Stella is the heavier blue version of the Is It list, whereas like Ral and a lot of these other lists are heavier red. This is way more blue.
I could believe that. I think the only thing that might compete against that is like it depends on the build of Vivi that we see. Like if it goes heavier into like Hullbreaker and things like that. That's probably the next one that is kind of like that.
Yeah, I feel like Vivi is a perfect middle. Like it is very down the middle. Stella is more blue. Ral and some of the other decks like that are more red, and then Vivi is like your perfect split.
Yeah. So, but looking at this stuff, again, Is It colors, low creature package of what we're used to seeing. Using the Teardrop Kami as a way of like being able to sacrifice that and untap the Stella and like reset a line or be able to just pop off right then and there.
Well, just having access to the untappers to where somebody says, hey, you're not going to get there. Like you're going to tap Stella to copy the spell. And they're like, well, I'm going to counter that spell. And you're like, untap, copy it.
Yep.
Again. Okay, anyway. Now what are you going to do?
Do it anyway. Yep. Sorcery wise, I'm trying to look and see if there's anything kind of different that we're not used to seeing. Are they on dual? Yeah, they're on Dualcaster Twin Flame. With that, yeah, some of these Izzet decks, I'm just like, how the fuck do they actually work? Ral, we've seen so much in VV, we've seen so much at this point that I feel like we've kind of figured them out just a little bit more. Stella and definitely that Mizzix one that we talked about earlier, we're just like, what the fuck's going on here?
This one's mainly, again, just the untappers. Cast 2.
Yeah.
Once you get to the third, it's just untap Cerulean Wisp and stuff like that. Where is it at?
Is it? They're not Crimson Wisp.
Refocus and stuff like that. There's also one that's red. I just can't.
For what?
To the untapper for Stella.
Oh, there's a red untapper?
Yeah. I just can't.
They're on Redirect Lightning, too.
Oh, yeah. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. Until end of turn, untap that creature. It gains haste. So just claim the firstborn. So, I mean, that's a way to, like, untap the Stella.
Oh, gotcha.
And continue to go from there. But, yeah, it definitely looks like, from what I'm seeing, they are on the Twisted Fealty.
It's in the sorceries?
Yeah. Creates a wicked roll, and then you just continue to make copies of the wicked roll. The roll falls off, and it causes each opponent to lose 1 life rather than deal damage.
Yeah, and it gets around the One Ring and things like that.
Yep.
Looking down here, artifact-wise, One Ring, Sensei's Top, seems fine. Mystic, World Breach, Ristic Study. Yeah. They are doing things with Stella Lee. Again, you explained some of that stuff. This is a deck that I still look at and go, how the fuck does it actually get there? But it got there because it got second place for this event. So,
Yep.
Congratulations, Kelsey, on second place finish with Stella Lee. And finally, in first place, we have Tyler J. Villalona. I'm gonna assume that's how we pronounce your last name, but Tyler J. Villalona in first place with Rakdos the Muscle.
Oh, yeah.
So, as I was just telling Blake, I've only seen Rakdos the Muscle like maybe a couple times. So again, this is another commander that I am not as familiar with, but it is kind of interesting. I'm seeing pieces that are in Dardu in this list, like the Greedy Freebooter and the Impulsive Pilferer.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing with Rakdos, just because I know you said like you're just not 100% sure of it, what it is like, so sacking creatures exiles cards equal to, you exile cards equal to the mana value off the top of target player's library. So if you can create a loop, you can exile everybody's decks and eventually just win with their deck. The main thing is going to be the Poxwalker. So Poxwalkers basically says, when you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped, and it's 3 CMC. So you basically find a way to sack it. So the Viscera Seer can like sack it, and then there's other stuff that basically will, as the creatures and other stuff come to play, it will make mana. I just have to figure out what it is, because I know the Priest of Gix, when it comes into play, add 3 black. Oh, God bless. I'm trying to find.
I mean, as far as making mana goes, I mean, the line that stands out to me right away is the Warren Soul Trader, Sephiroth, and I think they're on Forsaken Miner.
Yeah.
There as a way of being able to kind of drain the table out that way, or make treasures that way too.
Yeah.
The Priest of Gix, the Priest of Urbrask. And you have Dargo in the 99.
Yeah. But yeah, essentially that's the main method of the deck is, again, Poxwalker lines and other lines like that. Now, obviously, there are other ways to win with the deck, because it does have like those Blood Artisty type of effects.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's mainly just going to try and exile through its deck until it can hit a lot of the combo pieces, cast those combo pieces, continue to push, and then eventually it's going to create a loop that's going to then allow it to exile an opponent's deck until you can just keep going and keep going and keep going.
It looks like they're on a couple of new cards. They're on the Redirect Lightning, not the Cabbage Merchant. They can't play that in this deck, but they're also on Desperate Plea. So I didn't even know that this was something. I guess this is in the Jumpstart stuff. So for 2 colorless and a black, it is a sorcery lesson. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, choose one or both, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield if its power is less than or equal to the sacrificed creature's power, or destroy target creature.
Yep.
That's neat. That's kind of cool. Like, you be able to get rid of a threat and be able to like trigger the Rakdos with it.
Yeah. potentially get rid of that Draneth.
And then bring it back something that could potentially be another sack outlet.
Yep.
Seems good.
Carnival of Souls. There we go. I was looking for that one card. So whenever the Poxwalker comes back into play, you lose a life and you're going to create mana. And then essentially same thing, just finding a way to sack it. And then, yes, like eventually you would lose all your life. But then there are other effects in the deck that as you're exiling through, you're eventually going to find, again, like a Blood Artisty type of effect that just basically says, hey, cast this spell. Or every time a permanent's coming into play, you know, people are losing a life and you're gaining a life. And then this thing just goes net neutral at that point. And then that's how you're going to continue to just like filter through this line of doing stuff and like exiling through your deck and then exiling through your opponent's deck. And then you can just like pass the turn and let them draw through an empty library. Or if you can, then just go ahead and start making mana with like the Phyrexian Altar, because you can make one mana of any color. And then just cast somebody else's Thassa's Oracle and win the game.
Or you cast your own Deadpool and don't swap the text boxes and then pay 3 into it, sack Deadpool, and force your opponents to draw a card.
Big brain.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a neat list. I'm just, again, it's one that I'm not used to playing with. Yep. And it's kind of like that comment on that we made on Monday on the podcast where Rakdos players like are very dedicated to that color combination, and I don't really know anything else like within it, with the exception of Ob Nixilis. That's the only deck that I truly have learned in the past for Rakdos. But yeah, it's cool to see Rakdos the Muscle taking down an event.
I think the reason that the list actually won is because it's on Forbidden Orchard. That is all.
What? What?
I'm just kidding.
So congratulations, Tyler, on first place finish. What are your thoughts on this event?
A lot of diversity, and also not a single blue farm.
Not a single blue farm.
No.
Not a single blue farm. Not a single, Rogsai. Like, and this, what I like about this, aside from the fact that the only duplicates are Sisay and Kennen, there was a very interesting deck in each spot, I feel like.
I agree. And I also think that probably one of the craziest things that I noticed from the list is a lot of decks playing Secret Commander Knuckles.
A lot of Knuckles out there. But no, I think that this was cool. I think that we definitely saw like different takes on Izzet stuff, like we have been kind of seeing the past couple weeks. Like, yes, mostly around VV and Stella kind of spread out throughout there, but like we, in this in particular, we have Aral, we have the Mizzix, we have Stella performing closer to the top. We have these like we have actual like control decks, I feel like, with Tivit placing, which is kind of neat. You know, Sisay doing Sisay things, Magda doing Magda things, a version of Yuriko that is actually like doing more of the ninja plan and probably seeing more success because they're going heavier into that rather than splitting the difference on things. I don't know. It was definitely a cool top 16 to kind of cover today, even though there were a few lists here and there that were just like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. And I forgot about the ROG Timna list that we covered. I think that's kind of cool because then we're still seeing that, like, maybe not even just the idea of the Rakdos pile or the Mardu piles, but like red-black, like Rakdos stuff in general is doing okay right now. Like we saw, obviously the ROG Timna, we saw an Ob Nixilis, we have the Rakdos. We also had, what was the other list that was neat? Technically the Thrasios Vile Smasher, like going heavier into like some like Rakdos type things. Maybe not that deck in particular, but again, we're seeing this color combination that we haven't seen in a long time popping up kind of heavily in this event. Rakdos and Izzet stuff.
I definitely agree with that. I think that it's very interesting to see more Rakdos pilots coming out of the woodwork to do Rakdos things.
Yep.
But I definitely think that it just shows. It's kind of like I've told you that one time. I think that in these bigger events with 100 plus players, you are incentivized to jam, like to make an active push in the game. And I feel like decks like that, you're not playing interactive. You are pushing, and it's other people's job to stop you. And so there are plenty of people that end up with probably lots of draws. I'm guilty of that all the time when I go to events. I never make my push, and I just end up stopping wins. And then I sit there with the win in hand, and I never actually get to go because we go into time on somebody else's turn. It never gets back to me. I think that these decks are incentivized way more to just go ahead and have 3 losses but 2 wins instead of being the guy that's got like a win and 4 draws. Sure, you have no losses, but I have been stuck in that spot where it's like, fuck, I literally am going to miss Top Cut. You understand too, like, damn, I'm going to miss Top Cut because I just didn't jam enough.
Yep.
So I think that just kind of goes to show. It's like, just a lot of people are saying, fuck it, I'm doing my game plan. Either you have it or you don't. And even if you got it 2/3 of the time, that other third of the time, I'm getting there.
Yep.
It's going to get me to Top Cut.
Yep. So, also, I think this is notable to include. There were 2 decks in that we did not cover, but at the entirety of the event, that were from the new set. So we already have, it looks like Ian on Aang at the Crossroads. So that's the Bant version of Aang, and I think he has a very interesting build of it that, you know, hopefully he will share with the people on that one, because it is kind of exciting. And also someone was on Wan Xin Tong, Librarian as well. So mono blue bird spirit. So I do think that's kind of cool. I'm actually really excited to see what other decks from the set we are going to start seeing pop up over the course of the next few weeks, because I know that the next big event I think people are kind of looking for is like still the one in New York at Niagara Falls, and then a few other ones outside of that. So I'm very much anticipating a lot of Avatar cards really starting to pop up, but even the ones that we did see in the 99, again, like the Wan Shi Tong, the Badger Mole, the Cabbage Merchant, Redirect Lightning, like those were all ones that we had kind of talked about on the podcast this week, as far as like these are going to be the ones that are probably going to see the most play, or what we thought were the more notable ones to talk about. And here they are popping up in actually almost every list that we covered. So that was kind of cool to see. So anyway, you have anything else for us this evening?
Just making sure that they, if they want to build any of these decks, they should go to our affiliate link of Mana Vault Proxies and just get the deck there.
Oh yeah.
Use our code
CCC.
What does it look like again?
Triple C.
Yeah. I just love watching you do it. Also join the Discord, because we would love to talk to you and chat about these decks. And if you're one of the pilots from this event, join the Discord and post your deck, because I think it'd be really cool to talk about. And then I think the rest of that stuff is yours.
You think it's mine?
Yep.
So yeah, if you didn't catch what Blake was saying, go ahead and use our affiliate link at Mana Vault Proxies just to kind of help support the channel. And you get a discount as well. It's like 5% off for it, right? If you want to have your own deck, or you're interested in some of the decks we've been playing on the channel recently, or if you want to have like an actual deck from very good pilots that are not us, like Sylvie and Zach Adler and Ian and like even Robert R. I think his there was a list that he performed with, I think Atali actually at the Fishbowl, and his list was on there. So if you want,
well, one thing that's actually really cool too, not to interrupt what you were saying, but the other thing that's really awesome, again, use our coupon and affiliate links if you're going to go get those decks. But one of the really awesome things is if you go onto there and you buy those decks, the pilots of those decks actually get a cut of that sale.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yes. That is something that Notorious was telling me about, because he wants to also have a way to like put back into the community. So if you're a good player and you're willing to obviously let him host your deck on his website, then he will give them a cut of the sales to help them.
Oh, that's cool.
Super
and
cool.
What, for every about 10 purchases that are made using our code or our affiliate link, like we have a deck that we can give away on the channel. So the more people want to get good proxies, good quality proxies, and support a player and a veteran in the space that's trying to support other good players in the space and content creators like us, go ahead and check them out. And that means we can start doing giveaways for those things. So if you want to participate in the kind of giveaway once we get to that point, make sure you're in the Discord, like Blake said. Join our Patreon as well, because we also have Patreon. All that helps support the channel and fund the things that we're trying to do as far as get new equipment, update things for you guys. Probably if Blake doesn't kill me over the next few weeks because of all the issues we've had, like maybe one day being able to hire someone on to actually start doing more and more of the behind the scenes work that we desperately need, please. But everything that you all have to offer on that or willing to, is greatly appreciated and goes back into the channel. And like we said at the beginning of tonight, if that is something that you're not able to do, a simpler gesture would be just liking, subscribing down below. It's free. Go ahead and do that. We're still at like over 70%, I think, of people that are not subscribed to the channel that watch our videos on a regular basis. Just go ahead and do that, please. Please. But yeah, other than that, we don't have anything else. Let us know what your thoughts on these decks are, and also what your thoughts on some of the commanders from the new set. Like if you are playing them, what you all are building. Hopefully we will have a few more things on the channel. I've been brewing all day to kind of help with some gameplays. So we might see some new Avatar stuff coming out in the next few weeks for us as well. So, but until then, like, subscribe, and as always,
go play some cEDH.